So I've just arrived in the city of Manchester and I'm about to spend 24 hours here with only £50. And that's to pay for my food, my travel around the city and entertainment. So is that enough to see the sights and have a good time in Manchester, or will I run out of money and be stranded here? Let's go explore Manchester and find out. So Manchester is famous for its football, and even if you're not into football, you would have heard of Manchester United and Manchester City. Now, visiting their stadiums and doing a stadium tour might be a bit of a stretch on my budget, but they do have the National Football Museum here, so let's check that out instead. I'm just coming up onto it now, and this place is located just outside the Manchester Victoria train station, and I think it's this way to the entrance. And I've made it. Let's go see how much it is to go in. It cost £12 for a ticket, so I bought one. Let's go through the turnstiles. Pretty cool in here so far. I got a picture with the Premier League trophy at the entrance. There's pretty cool games in there where you can test your skill at football. And how'd it go? Check this out.
3, 2, 1.
So that was a pretty cool experience in there. Loads of little interactive games for you to play as well. So that cost me £12, which means I've got £38 left. Let's go get some lunch. Let's try and hear the corn and produce exchange. It kind of looks a bit fancy in here. So I've decided to come to this place called Riva Blue because they do a lunch menu where any dish is £8. So let's get some lunch here. It's definitely fancy in here, and I think this is the cheapest place out of all of them. So that was a pretty decent lunch in there. I went for the chicken parmigiana and a lemonata lemonade. The parmigiana was a big piece of breaded chicken with some spaghetti on the side, and it was pretty good. The portion was massive. The chicken did slightly lack a bit of flavour, so you definitely needed some salt and pepper with it. But the pasta was great. The lemonata was really lemony and really tangy. And the price for those were £8 for the chicken parmigiana and £2.95 for the lemonata, which came to £10.95 total, which leaves me with £27 and 5 pence. Let's go do my next activity for the day. The Manchester Cathedral. It's been centre stage in the city for over 600 years. It's got great gothic architecture. Let's go in and check it out. These old cathedrals really are great places to visit because you don't see architecture like this anymore in modern buildings. It's not the biggest of the recent cathedrals that I've been to, but it's still pretty cool to check out this place. I don't think there's a tower to go up in this one, but it is free to enter. So that was a pretty quick little tour of this cathedral. It's not the biggest one that I've been to, but really cool inside. I did spot a place on the way here though that looks really good too. Let's go check that out. Chetham's Library. Right, so it turns out you need to book online to get into that library. You can't just walk up and go in. It did look pretty cool though, because it's the oldest public library in the English speaking world. So it would have been good to check that place out. Let's go to the Science and Industry Museum instead. So apparently it's got the world's oldest surviving passenger railway station inside, and the world's first ever railway warehouse from the 1830s. So what does an old railway station actually look like? Let's go find out. And I've arrived. Let's go in and check it out. And I'm in, and there's a bit of good news. It's free to enter. It's a really old car in here. It's actually one of the earliest Rolls Royces. One of the first ever computers. It's massive. An old fabric making machine. Let's go upstairs. I think the restaurant's closed. I can't seem to find this old railway station and warehouse. There's a big metal thing here. So I think I have a bit of good news. I found the old railway station and old warehouse. The bad news is it's closed. You might be able to see it just behind me there. That's the old railway station. And that's the old warehouse. But there's no way to get there. Well, that's a bit of a disappointment, because that's the whole reason I came. I suppose I'll have to make do with these old sewing and textile machines. It's quite interesting seeing some of this old technology and comparing it to what we have now. So that was a pretty cool and interesting museum to visit, even though the railway station and warehouse wasn't open. Right, I think it's about time I check in to my hotel. So the one that I went for was literally the cheapest one that wasn't a hostel. So I'm quite interested to see what this is going to be like. Let's head over there right now. There's a little interesting sandpit play area here. Check it out. Feels like I'm at the beach. Can I get across these logs without falling off? No, I can't. Look, it's the Manchester Central Library. I might have to visit that tomorrow because it's free. Here it is, Sachas of Manchester. I'm going to check in, I'll give you a room tour, and I'll tell you how much I paid. So I've checked in, I've got my room key, let's go find my room. I'm in number 304. I've got a bit of a problem, I can't seem to find my room. I'm in 304, there's 303 there and 305 there. And nothing on the other side, or down that way, or down that way. Oh wait, I found it. We're over here. Pretty nice. Okay, so this is my room for the night. Let me give you a room tour and I'll tell you how much I paid. Okay, so we have a nice looking double bed. We've got a couple of bedside lamps and tables. They look pretty good. We've got a TV. I didn't have one of those in the last place that I stayed, so I'm quite pleased I got one this time. We've got a mirror. We've got the tea and coffee making facilities. Got a little footstool there. Over this side we've got the wardrobe. Let's have a look, see what's inside. Okay, so we've got some coat hangers, spare towel, a fold out table, and the door does hit the bed when you open it, so you can't open it fully, which is maybe a little bit annoying. We've got the bathroom. Let's have a look in here. Looks pretty good. We've got the sink, we've got the mirror, we've got a toilet, and the shower bath with some towels. Let's go check out the view out the window. What is the view like from this room? The view is of the building next door. I have to say the bed does look pretty nice and clean here. Let me go in for a closer look. Pretty good. So I paid £45 for this room, but I have to say I think the guy at the reception sorted me out, because I did book a single room and this one is a double. I wasn't too sure if the one that I booked had a window either, and this one does, so I think he gave me a pretty good room. But do you think this is worth it or not? Comment below. I think for the cheapest hotel I could find for one night here in Manchester, I think this is a great bargain. Okay, so I'm out for dinner and by my calculations I have £27 and 5 pence left. But that's to last me for tomorrow as well. So let's go see if we can find somewhere nice for dinner. I think I'm going to go in here, Mai Tai. So that was a pretty nice meal in there. I went for the spring rolls with a sweet chili dip for starter and they were delicious. The spring rolls were crunchy on the outside and the vegetables inside were crunchy and soft as well. For the main course I went for a chicken pad thai and that was delicious too. It was sweet, it was spicy and you had a great chicken flavour as well. The noodles had a nice chewy texture to them and there was even a little bit of fried egg in there as well. And I got all that with a Diet Coke for £16. What a bargain! So by my calculations that leaves me with £11 and 5 pence left for tomorrow. Let's head back to the hotel. I'm just heading back to my hotel room and I spotted this sign. Have a look. Jenny's Restaurant, Jenny's Bar, Health Club and Swimming Pool. I think we need to go investigate and check this out. I think I found the swimming pool, but how spooky does it look in there with the lights flashing? And there's not even any water in the swimming pool. It looks like the health club gym is in here, but it's closed. I think that might be an old sign because the swimming pool looks like it's not been used for a while. Because there's not even any water in it. So I'm back in my hotel room now. I think I'm just going to chill out here for the rest of the night. I'll let you know what my stay was like here tomorrow morning. I'll see you then. Good morning. It's now day 2 and what was my stay like at Sachas Hotel in Manchester? I have to say it was pretty good. The place was nice and clean, the decor and the furniture in the room looked pretty good, and I have to say it's little things like that that make an alright room a little bit better. So I would say one of the better cheap hotels I've stayed in to date. There was a slight negative though. I think the room that I was in was next to some sort of building extractor fan, so there was a constant droning, humming sound throughout the room. But it wasn't enough to put me off sleeping though. So all in all, for the cheapest hotel that I could find, literally 30 seconds away from Piccadilly Gardens, I think that hotel is a great bargain. Okay, so it's now day 2 and I still have £11 and 5 pence left of my budget. Let's go get some breakfast. I think I'm going to go in here, nibble. So that was a pretty nice breakfast in there. I went for the ultimate breakfast bagel, which included bacon, egg, cheese, some guacamole, tomato, all in a toasted bagel. It was pretty delicious. And I got that with a nice pot of tea. And all that came to £9 and 10 pence, which leaves me with £1.95 for the rest of the day. Right, I think it's time for me to do my first activity of the day. I think it's free. Well, I hope it's free anyway because I don't have much money left. It's called the John Rylands Library. It was opened in the early 1900s. It's got great gothic architecture and is one of the top things to do on TripAdvisor. So let's go check it out. Wow, check it out. It's a really cool old gothic style looking building. How do you actually get in? Because the gates are closed here. Right, it looks like you have to go down the side of the building to get in. And I'm in. It's free to enter, which is great. This place is really cool inside. Check this out. This place looks a lot like the cathedrals that I've been to recently. They're exactly the same. So that was a pretty cool experience in there. Well worth the visit. Check this out, an entrance to an underground restaurant. That's pretty cool. There is one more place that I want to go before I leave, and I passed it yesterday. The Manchester Central Library. Let's go in and check it out. There's supposed to be a really cool big reading room in here that I've seen from the pictures. Let's go and find it. I think it's in here. Let's go in. Looks like there's a big underground library down here. Now what's up these stairs? Let's find out. It's just an exit. Who knew libraries could be so interesting? So Manchester has trams, and I kind of want to go on one, but I'm not totally sure where they go, how much they cost, or if they're free. Let's try and find out. So people just seem to be getting on and getting off without buying any tickets. There's no ticket person on board. I mean, can you just get on one? It looks like you have to buy a ticket. I think I'm a little too late for that now. So where should I go for my next 24 hours and what should my budget be? Comment below. If you like the video, click on the thumbs up below. Click on the subscribe to join me for the next 24 hours and I'll see you in the next video.